This is Volothan Modulus Tautology. And yes, I'm going to play Plants and Zombies by the end of this video. Right? I'm promising my son I'm going to play more games and less talk about social studies. Let's call it social studies, right? Yeah, when we call it politics, it's I really don't know what you're talking about. So we're going to go back to high school, and they called it social studies. Okay. So on the screen, I have a Venn diagram. This is some basic mathematics. Bear with me. Let me explain. Okay. We're going to take our time, and I'm going to explain it. Please don't take this the wrong way. Without this knowledge, you're not going to understand this episode. But yes, by the end of the episode, I'm going to teach you how to play a little bit of Plants versus Zombies. It's a beautiful game, and it's available on your phone, on the iPad, on the Android pad, on your computer, right? It's a mini game, right? It's coming too soon to the Nintendo Switch. I wonder if that's gonna be on the 1 and 2. It should be on both of them because it's not a really high, you know, graphic game. It's a simple little game and it's cute. It's a what do they call those things? A tower defense game. You're defending your tower or your what's name. But I gotta move along because I only have. I try to keep these videos, these programs, under 30 minutes. See, I'm a hip hop is an American culture created by the children in the 1960s civil rights movement. I am a hip hopper. All right. I'm a tautological epistemologist. I studied mathematics for many years. So on your screen, you have what's called a Venn diagram, and it's comparing apples and tomatoes. In the order it is on my screen is tomatoes and apples. You see, tomatoes have red flesh. They're mushy and they're savory, right? Flesh is the inside. That's right. So that's why it says red flesh, because apples can be yellow and green. So the color of the apple is different. Tomatoes do have some green tomatoes. So we'll just take the basics like this, okay? It's a red flesh, mushy, and savory. That's what's different between apples are white flesh, firm, and sweet. Those are the differences. They gave them 3 differences each. Then what they have in common are they're fruit, they're round, and have smooth skin. That's what the overlap is. That's what they have in common, right? Beautiful. Now, apple and oranges will have a similar thing, but then you're dealing with different colors. The insides are different. Now you have to finding what's common. It might be a little harder if you think about it, right? Of course, with tomatoes and bananas, it's going to be harder. Even though they both fruit, they do contain the same. Is bananas a fruit? Yeah, bananas are fruit. Tomatoes are fruit, huh? Okay. Hey, tomatoes are a fruit. You see what I'm saying? Like it's, but how the Venn diagram is drawn, some things are going to have more connectors than other, and vice versa. They're both opposite things. So if we were to compare, say, apples and bowling balls, right? They really don't have they both round or like what I'm saying it's or they're both in the same picture or something like whatever they have that you put in that. We'll get into the different names of the breakdown of the Venn diagram, but this is important because it works the same in social studies. Even with the 2 words social studies, you can do a Venn diagram in explaining what the whole union of the 2. That's when you're looking at the whole, both circles all together, tomatoes and apples. This is what it is, and what they have that in the middle is called intersecting, and what they don't intersect with. All right. Now we'll get into all that technical stuff as far as the mathematics slowly. Take our time, but as you can see, This is how we start to relate, even when dealing in social studies. And the same thing is going to happen if you're dealing with just two political parties, and that is the Democrats and Republicans. What does independent mean? That means you can be in the either or circles, right? And smack dab in the middle, right? But or you can be completely outside, because then that would bring a third circle to this Venn diagram, and you can be one of the people that's outside of both of the Democrat and Republican circle, thusly third parties. Are y'all starting to understand? And I'll do a even better video. I mean description next time. I'll just draw three circles, Green Party. Right? I've done that before, and and where I am, and then I'll put a dot in the green section or wherever, or I could put it completely outside of the circle, all three circles, and still be considered independent. That's where, but you can't do that. You cannot do that when it comes to one. You can't. You can't do it without one. That's the difference between 0 and 1. Now, 0 being the empty set, I have a lot to explain to you by the meaning of that. But I just wanted to get through that little description there so that we have a better understanding of how I'm presenting these things, and where the overlap is, where you stand, where this person stands, what they're trying to do down in DC, etc., etc., etc. 7 minutes, I did great. Okay, should I go straight into? Let me see if I can do this right here. Okay, this is an old verse of the day. And when a person knows the right thing to do, but does not do it, then he is sinning. All right? Can't do this without the one. And God is understood. Love God, our Father, all the time. Here comes a little bit of DeAndre. DeAndre, pay attention. He's a GNX like myself. He has 10,000 subs, 960 video on Golf Clap. He vlogs from his car because unfortunately he's in between places to stay. Right? That's what happened with these past 4 years. A lot of black men lost their homes, and now we're trying to build houses so that we can get back to business, as that, and build something, rebuild this country, because this country has been completely destroyed and is being destroyed, or that's what the naysayers or the other people, or the the different fractions and the Democrats versus the Republicans and all this warfare that's going on. That's kind of a mirage. So, and I'm comparing DeAndre. Shout out to him. I'm gonna tag him and give him a thumbs up and see how ask him to check out this video and everything. And I'm not comparing him to, what is his name, Modern Renaissance Man, who I share, 472,000 subscribers. How many videos? He got probably like 2,000, 3,000. He's been doing it for a while, but he likes to call himself a black conservative, I think. But he's all about the Republicans, and he's making fun of Al Sharpton and them. And I wanted to share DeAndre because he's going to be a little more professional. He's a little older, so he's going to be a little more professional in his presentation. So check it out. I'm even asking the young teenagers, check his video out. I'm going to share the link to the whole video. Look at what he's saying and how he's presenting it. He's presenting it just as Mr. Al Sharpton. I call him Mr. Al Sharpton. I can't call him Reverend, but I'll call him Mr. Al Sharpton. I'll be respectable. Yes, whatever. That's my. He's a crony of my dad's era, so I give him that baby boomer, bite my tongue, respect. Okay, that's what That's what I will do, and that's how. Mr. DeAndre is going to do the same thing, and that's why I'm gonna share his video right now. So give me 2 seconds. Y'all know how I do, and please watch the whole video. Hit the link, hit the live. Go join his page. He's presenting it like a professional, and I really respect and have compassion for what he's going through. And join the hip hop revolution, my brother. We're gonna do this. We're gonna change the world together. Okay? So check the video out, and get his Cash App, send him $1. Help us out. We're gonna figure this out, and this is the new foundational American movement, media. That's what we are. All right. So here it comes in 3, 2. Mute my mic first.
This isn't home anymore. It doesn't feel like home anymore.
Donald Trump, Rev, says he's actually making Washington, D.C. safer. Is that what's happening?
Well, first of all, Donald Trump was sat in the White House several hours during January 6th while his followers were beating police officers, Capitol Police, and others, and never picked up the phone or picked up his Twitter and told them to stop. And when he finally did, it was almost at the end of the day. And to add insult to injury, when he got back in office, he pardoned people who'd been convicted of felony acts on January 6th. So now all of a sudden he wants to bring order to Washington. So you've got to deal with his record. His record is that if people are violent and disobey the law and assault law enforcement and are supportive of him, that's fine. But on some others that he claims are out of control, because the data says that crime and violent crime has gone down in Washington, he's going to send out the National Guard. Well, why didn't he send it out January 6th? This is clear politics. It's aimed at black mayors. It's aimed at also trying to take the Epstein case and the files off the front page. And it's drama that is at the expense of people. And it's sad. We're going to end up with stop and frisk in D.C. He will take it to other cities while they, at the same time, try to rob people of their proper districts according to the census in Texas, and will do it other places. So the rules don't matter anymore. You don't wait on the census.
When you listen to Al Sharpton and his double talk, and Al Sharpton knows how dangerous D.C. is, New York, and these cities. Al Sharpton is such a sellout that he will stand in the way of any help or upward mobility that the black community can make, just so he can stand out front as a so-called leader. He knows he's not telling the truth. He knows how dangerous our communities are. He knows this. But he still wants to racialize it. But how long will we allow things to go the way they're going in our communities? It's not getting any better. These young people don't care about going to jail. They don't care about taking other people's lives. They do things on cameras at this point. They know it's cameras everywhere, and they still commit crime. They still carjack. They still rob. They still take people's lives. What is it really going to take to turn this situation around? Definitely not double talk from this sellout.
This is now to draw congressional lines. We'll do it when we want, because we need more seats to keep you out of power. And we will just uproot law enforcement, even though the data says things are going in the right way, because we just want to be in charge, and we'll set the rules as we go.
Well, I think, Rev, you probably just heard Michael say that he believes that Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries are doing the right thing by pushing back against Texas redistricting. When you look at what seemed clearly from the President of the United States yesterday saying, listen, Baltimore, listen, Oakland, listen, New York, listen, Los Angeles, you could be next. How do officials and activists prepare for that?
I think they have to prepare by every means that is available to them within the law, by going into courts and enjoining and making the federal government prove the necessity to go in when the data is against what the president is saying. They should go into the federal courts. They should also have vibrant protest movements in these cities. This is how we dealt with stop and frisk in New York. There are many cities in between Washington and Chicago, Washington and Oakland. He only chose the black ones. So it is clear what he's trying to do. He's trying to race bait. His own base is very concerned about Epstein. So
He said he only chose the black cities. Now let me ask you something. In any state, let's even say Illinois. Illinois is a pretty big state. But look how much crime goes on in Chicago on a daily basis. Michigan is a big state. Look how the majority of crime is confined to the black community and to our neighborhoods. Los Angeles, the same way. Every place he named is out of control with black on black crime. Our people are taking each other out with impunity, and nobody is saying anything about that. Nobody is addressing that. They have no answer for the carnage that is in our communities, daily, weekly, monthly, every year, annual like clockwork. When you see the summer coming, what they say when it get hot outside. Let's just.
What do? You go through your base red meat. Let's go back into race thing. All the blacks are breaking the crime, breaking the law. We need to go in. It's race baiting. And I think that what he has done is disgraceful, and it puts people under siege unnecessarily, and it's a misuse of law enforcement.
Man, it blows my mind every time I hear Al Sharpton call somebody a race baiter. He is the race baiter in chief. He racializes everything. And people so preoccupied about race, that's going to always exist. There are going to always be people who are prejudiced. These type of things are in every country. Do you remember the history of Japan and China? How racist the Japanese were toward the Chinese? How racist the Chinese were against the Vietnamese? How racist Mexicans are against Guatemalans? How the British were so racist against the Irish? Come on, we got to stop allowing them to play with our emotions and act like we don't know our own history and what's going on. We're talking about right now today. How do we stop these young people from destroying these lives and other people's lives?
There it is, right? There it is, right? How do we stop them from, and it begins, like, you know what I mean? When a person knows the right thing to do, but does not do it, then he is sinning, And this is what I'd rather rap about. You know what I mean? Video game, comics, you know what I mean? Me and my son having fun, we ain't got time for all that, right? You know what I mean? Like, it was, yes, I really didn't, my apology, I couldn't go see Fantastic Four because of Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer is the story that I want. That's the video. That's the movie that I want to see more so than the Fantastic Four, because I'm getting tired of Reed Richards and them too, because they keep changing them their cast up and rebooting the same. That's why the Superman was pretty good, because it was like 4 years later we already have different Avengers, not Avengers, but that's DC. So they more use like the Green Lantern Corps, like this. That'll be more of a movie that I would like to see. The Green Lantern, a new Green Lantern Corps. We already know the origins of several different Green Lanterns. Just drop a movie about the Green Lanterns. Like, a real good one. Like, and you can have 3 different ones from Earth in that movie. Like, that's what they're able to do in the next years. So DC really has a slight advantage over Marvel right now, I guess, in my opinion, right? Gunn can lead the way, and I really like what he did with Superman. I was telling my cousin the other day, this Superman is the light. What's the word again? not ethical, but geez, see, but optimism is the belief system, a belief system of optimism, of light optimism, as opposed to pessimism. Like that's that dark pessimism is dangerous, yo. Like, leave it alone. And I'm not saying good and dark is in, right or wrong. Now you're dealing with two different lines. They can be going in perpendicular directions. Now you're talking about 4 quadrant planes, and now you have to map up good light with dark light and good, good. Well, I already did good light with dark light and light, but you have 4 coordinate planes and two different ordered sets, and that's how they start getting confused. And that's where I'm giving DeAndre a little shout out, and because he said double talk, the double talk of what's his name, Al Sharpton. And the double talk is that not that negation, double negation. It's dangerous, It's a contradiction at times that they try to hide, and that's where it gets. And I just wanted to check my mic again real quick and my time, because I'm running out. Only got 9 minutes left, and so this right here is an example of that. You have Hulk Hogan with a vote or die shirt on, so like you have no choice but to vote, right? But die is that's the contradiction, because if I'm going vote or die can be life and death. We missed that, right? The trick is life or parentheses, life and death. That's the contradiction. Surely you would die. I will not die, or you won't die. And that's the argument that Eve was having with the serpent. I had to put a little pause in there for y'all. And then it's, you're misandry, you're hating the women. Like, but the men took the blame. Adam took the blame. Adam took the blame. That's why he's the head. So is what's this guy, Hulk Hogan? He's a supreme racist. It just might have been the ball. Like, you know what I mean? That's not my job to judge Hulk Hogan. Yes, I mourn for Theo more so than Hulk Hogan, because and I'm, no disrespect on calling Malcolm Jamal Warner Theo. That's the character that him, Cosby, and the father knows best of Hollywood, the black fathers knows best of Hollywood, created, studying us, the hip hoppers, and that Theo became our original go-to. This is where our culture, that's what our culture is, Then came Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and all the other ones that came afterwards, and Cockroach, Cockroach was Theo's friend and all that, and them talking about women, the girls calling them hamburgers, and, Theo getting his ear pierced, and it's like, yo, I'm getting my ear pierced, and, right? That's how they and Theo's not even the first, because Beach Street was, when did Beach Street? Oh no. Cosby Show came out in like 81, so it actually it did predate Beach Street, right? If I get my timeline right, there's only one timeline. That's one, right? God is understood. So yeah. He might have been. It might have been his soul of I just hate all black people, but I doubt he just ain't like the dude that was dating. I think one of these might be his daughter, and she was dating the black guy. But here he is with the vote or die. That was clearly the Democratic Party. You know what I'm saying? It was clearly the Democratic Party that was promoting this, and P. Diddy was the main source of that, and so was 50 Cent. And you see Paris Hilton there, and I can't see the 2 girls involved in everything, but this was the movement. It was. And then I got a little quote in there. It's still hard to see. We've all got both light and dark inside us. What matters is the part we choose to act on. And that's from Sirius Black from Harry Potter. So I'm being a little facetious in this presentation. As you can see, Jamal Bryant there with Al Sharpton. Not Al Sharpton, Al Sharpton and I'm so sorry. Because he shouldn't be out there anyway, right? See, I'm getting like him now, right? Jay Jackson, right? Jay Jackson was standing next to Martin Luther King when he got shot, and then you see the picture of, he got his shirt on, he got Malcolm X. So it's all a mirage. It's all a picture of, hey, this is hip hop culture. The guy with the microphone, he's lying. He's a Generation Xer. He claims to be a pastor, a preacher, but he's a fake rapper, and he's misrepresenting the culture for some cash to help his community, I guess, But it's at the same time, it's boycott. His whole movement is boycott Target, boycott, what's the other one? Target or Walmart, so that we can help black people. But it's like you're hurting the black people that work at those places. You're hurting the black people that have their businesses or their merchandises in these places and trying to sell their merchandises at a high price. But now, since the economic, you're boycotting them and they're getting less customers, they gotta drop the prices. Like Walmart had the Switch, the original Switch, the Switch OLED on sale for $299, and I was like, geez, and I went in there and it was completely sold out. Right, so that's what shows you, like, who controls the retail price. The Nintendo raised the price to, was it $439? So they made it $80 more or something like that, and then Walmart dropped the price down to over $100 difference to $299. It's sold out in no time. So who controls the retail? Who really controls the retail value of things? And when they put it on sale, it's just, hey, just to get you to come in and buy it now, that, because it might go back up. And that's been it's not a straight line. It's a curve. The demand and supply are curves. And that's real economics, right? They present it as a straight line. And then I got the Cosby family on there, because that's the original father. And that TV show has been, feeling the biggest wrath of all the black family TV shows because of Bill Cosby's refusal to be a Democrat shield, which is what everything else, the whole vote or die concept is. Vote for the Democrats or die is basically, and hip hop is like, nah, we ain't falling for that one again, right? That's what we saying. That's why we ain't come out to vote, and that's why we're not coming out to vote again, and that's why we're saying we're foundational. I'm a foundational black American. My lineage predates 1526. That was one of our first revolutions when we fought back. Next year represents 500 years of warfare against the system that's trying to deny our truth of being foundational Americans with beautiful brownish, dark brownish, light brownish, almond, all different kind of colors and flavors. What do you want to call this? Rose color, is where we are the original inhabitants of this planet, of this land that we call the United States of America, and all of the people that came after 1960 that we got problems too. We need money too. We need reparations too. When y'all wasn't around, your lineage wasn't there when segregation was here, and now they want to desegregate it. So we're actually, technically, we're the only ones being desegregated, and that's unconstitutional. I can go on and on, right? This is what the Democrats is doing. I can go on and on and on, but they don't want me to share this kind of information. What can we do for you, foundational Americans, especially the brown, the black ones, the real, true descendants of slaves, right? What can they do for us? Lie. This guy can go before Congress and lie against another Democratic Congresswoman, Mrs. Cunningham, that came out and said, I am an American descendant of slavery. My people were here first. ISIS, do your job. ICE, do your job. FBI, do your job. CIA, do your job. Right? What they doing against us is unconstitutional. Here's mine. You know what I mean? These are our grievances. Cut the check. 2026. That's going to be the motto. What am I running for? I don't know, but it ain't going to be for this clown, right? This is hypocrisy. This is the hypocrite, right? Even though he, kind of supported her and presenting it as, but we see what you really about. You about attacking our children, yo. We done with you attacking our children, right? Children have to grow up. Children have to grow up. Can't be gay your whole life, right? Peter Pan was gay, but he had to grow up. He had to grow up. Let me see. Yeah, I'll play this again. I forget. It's a cool game. I need to check it out. Zombies are coming. So you can play it however you want to play it. You know what I mean? It's a cool game. It's nice and slow paced. It does get hectic after a while. Anybody that's played it before, T-My, shout out to T-My, used to play this all the time. Now, this is actually T-My game. Oh, I might have messed up. There it is. Oh, I might have messed up. Saved by the, there it is. Are y'all starting to understand how this game works? Right? I'll get into a more tutorial mode of it. And, hope we don't get close enough to. Oh, I ain't mean to do that. I forgot what the cherry did, And there it is. I think I got enough to finish it off on my own. Was that 30 minutes? 33 minutes. I think I did a great job. Golf clap. I'll do some more hip hop lyrics later on. I'll do some more whatever. But make sure y'all, first three, love God, respect Lord, seek wisdom, okay? Make sure y'all do a little bit of that today. I'll be back with more Volo Dance Presents or whatever we're gonna. There's not a game show, yo. It's enjoy life, It's stop all the violence and stop the violence. cool game. I really enjoy it. There it is. God is love. Hip hop is life. Time is holy. Money is nothing more than a fourth dimensional illusion that really doesn't exist. Because economics is nothing more than the art of making the most out of hip hop. Peace, compassion, unity, and happiness to you. Enjoy your day. I'll make a couple more videos. I think I got enough time to make 2 or 3 videos a day. And I appreciate you. Hit the like button, subscribe, share. I'll be back with more real hip hop, okay? 1, God is understood.